Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this July 16th. You can feel the heat and the humidity. Yeah, it's going to be with us over the next few days. But it is the middle of July in southern Kentucky. We've been a little spoiled lately. You know, we've had temperatures below seasonable average, and we've had a lot of rain. 7 inches plus just for July. And this is only the 16th day of the month. So, yes, we have been spoiled, and we're not used to the heat and humidity of typical summertime. Like we had last year was even worse than normal. Of course, we had those 100-degree days, broke records. This year, complete opposite. But now we're going to feel what a typical July should feel like here in southern Kentucky. So just get ready for it. It's going to be with us for the next few days. Looking at the numbers from yesterday, we didn't even hit 90 degrees officially. 89 was the high temperature at the Bowling Green Airport. 90 is where we're supposed to be for an average high temperature. So 1 degree off pace. I think that northeast wind and some of the clouds in the afternoon kept us from getting past 90 or at 90. And you got to keep this in mind, too. There's a lot of greenery around. Normally at this time of the year, things start turning brown. Well, that hasn't happened because of all the rain, and that has a lot to do with helping the air temperature stay a little bit cooler. So that's why we didn't get so warm yesterday, but the humidity returned for sure, and it's going to be with us big time today. 73 was the 24-hour low, 68 where we should be. 1 year ago, we had a high of 94 and a low of 74 back in 2012. No rainfall past 24 hours, stuck at 7.36 for the month of July, which makes it the second wettest July on record from month to date. That's not for the entire month, but starting July 1st through at least the 15th, yesterday, we are on pace for the second wettest July on record. We'll see if that holds to the end of the month. For today, mostly sunny. It will be hot and humid. A little more so than yesterday, 92, the official high, and the heat index in the mid to sometimes upper 90s. If you're going to be outdoors this afternoon, don't overdo it. I am not going to be one of these weather people that preach to you about drink plenty of water and do this, get in the shade and check the pets and the elderly. I mean, you should know to do that. Those of you that listen to this podcast, you know what to do. You have common sense. I'm not going to insult your intelligence by dumbing you down and preaching to you, okay? I just think that's a bit overdone. This is typical summer weather. And those of you that listen to the podcast, you're not that foolish. Mainly clear, warm and muggy tonight. 73, the overnight low. Wednesday, partly sunny, hot and humid. 93, a 20% chance that we could see a late day shower popping up. And this is going to be pretty typical for the rest of the work week. In fact, we go up to a 30% chance that you could see a pop-up shower on Thursday with a high of 93. That goes for Friday, too, with a high of 92. Now, as we get into the weekend, we do have an approaching cold front. And with that front will come a 50% chance that you could see some showers, scattered thunderstorms, 91 Saturday, 88 on Sunday with a continued 50% chance of showers. Now, that front is going to try to work in some cooler air, somewhat cooler. We're talking about going back into the upper 80s for high temperatures and a 40% chance of a shower on Monday. So, as I mentioned yesterday, much of next week looks to be cooler than this week. It's too soon to say that this will be the only really hot, humid week we get all summer. Because, typically once we get into August and early September, those are some of the hottest days that we have here in southern Kentucky. So, yeah, I'm not going to go there yet. And I'm not going to go to the place where some people want me to go as far as predicting how all of this is going to play into winter. That is just mere speculation at this point. It would be too soon for me to even speculate or even throw out a wild guess as to what's going to happen with the winter. But in the meantime, kind of an atypical summer, but the next few days will feel and look like a very typical middle of July in southern Kentucky. Okay, that's going to do it for this edition of the podcast. God bless you and thank you for listening as always. Know the weather before it knows you. Have a great day. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky or streaming live to WBKO.com.